This is to certify that Movie Chats has been classified for live streaming.
Good evening, ladies and gents. Welcome to this week's Movie Chat. As you can see, I'm by myself and I'm not sure why. Little Steve must be running late and he just hasn't messaged me. So I hope and trust you had a good new year. You're all recovered. You've all been back to work or whatever it is that you're doing. And life is settled back down for you. So a question for you. What are you hoping 2023 brings for you in the way of life goals or anything like that? So have a think about that. If there's any movies or anything that you'd like to bring on. Little Steve has just decided to join us. Good evening, sir.
Hey guys, have you been keeping them warm for me, mate?
I have done, mate. I'm off now, so I'll see you later.
Yeah, I try. Hey guys, hope everybody's well. Thanks for the intro from Big Steve.
See, I told you that last week. I told you when Bell was on, I'm the one that keeps the show running.
You're definitely the face of the program.
So, how are you, sir? You okay?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Hey Steve, it was lovely to be on the stream with you. Hey, little Steve. Oh, thanks, Sophie. Yeah, hey. Yeah, I noticed that. You definitely picked the wrong Steve, though. I'm telling you.
I know. You know me. I enjoy. Sorry. Oh, bloody hell! That's me allergic of musicals kicking in.
That's it. Yeah, that's exactly my point. Could there be any other time when you
I really enjoy Little Shop of Horrors, and I really enjoy the Blues Brothers. However,
so I'm going on that channel, mate, to go and watch Halo with him. So yeah.
No, that's fine, mate. You go and do that. You go and do that. I probably only ruin it for him anyway by trying to explain to him why it's all wrong. Yeah, so when Gareth said to me, oh, by the way, it's the sing-along, and I'm like, right, okay, I thought he was messing, but then about 30 seconds before the stream starts, he pulls out this microphone, and Sophie's got hers, and I'm like, shit, they're serious here. They are actually planning on singing here. Evening, Gareth.
Yeah, we just talking about how you picked the wrong person to go on that channel.
I did sing. I sang along a little bit.
You did not sing. You barely said a word.
I sang along with Audrey too.
Mate, you want to be singing the dentist one?
I sang a little bit. Well, I sang a little bit with for Seymour. You know, the dentist. He was just too quick about.
Oh, I love Steve Martin as the dentist. It's brilliant.
Yeah. I forgot how quick some of those songs were, to be honest. And I think, and to be honest with you, I think so did Sophie.
Well, where is it? Oh, there it is. That's what you would listen to.
Yeah, you see, if you pulled your act together and got on with it properly, people would invite you on other channels as well.
yeah, I wouldn't bother Chris, to be honest with you, mate. He didn't really sing. He barely did a tune.
I sang. I did sing a bit. You know, it sounded like someone was strangling a cat, but yeah,
that's probably what I heard. That's probably what it was, you know.
Yeah, I don't
know. Checking outside while I was watching the video.
Have you had a good week?
No, it's not been too bad, mate. I've just last 2 days I've been off, so I've just been picking up a few bits, and other than that, just trying to relax after Christmas, really.
Yeah, there you go. See, Sophie's got to come onto our channel because I did say instead of doing Educating Rita, we'll do Educating Sophie because every movie.
Oh yes, I noticed that.
Every movie that Gareth and I were mentioning, I haven't seen that. She does need to come on, and then yes, you and little Steve can do your duet. So we'll put a date.
Yeah,
with that.
PCA did contact me. See?
Cheers, Gareth. Thanks very much, mate. Right, so this is our first show of 2023.
Oh, it feels like ages ago, doesn't it?
It does feel like ages ago. Was it like cats singing? It was more like cats fighting, to be honest with you, June. Now, if you haven't seen Gareth's video Tasties Little Shop of Horrors, go and give it a watch. It is quite funny. You know, I really enjoyed myself on the stream with Sophie and Gav. So if you haven't seen it and you haven't subscribed to Video Tasties, go and subscribe. Go and watch it back. Give him a bit of love on his channel. It is brilliant.
It was good. To be fair, it's probably the first one I've sat all the way through, like afterwards, after the fact, and watched.
So Gareth does an amazing job there. I'm only a baby, Big Steve. Oh God, now you're making me feel old. Yeah, so it's our first show of 2023. So we haven't gotten a featured actor, so we're going to start the actor wheel today. However, we did have a homework movie. Steve, did you watch it?
Of course, I watched it. I don't need an excuse to watch this.
Good stuff. You can talk me through it.
Really?
I didn't get a chance to watch it, mate.
Oh my God. Oh, so what's to say? Is it 1985, I think? 1985 movie starring Tim Curry and Elaine Brennan, Christopher Lloyd, and Michael McKean as to name a few. But it's obviously based on the game Cluedo, which is set in 1954, I think it is, where they all get invited to a mansion with a note that says it's from this person that they're all being blackmailed from. They're all got pseudo names. That's the right word for it, isn't it? So they're all characters within the game, and then obviously murders start happening. I think one of the things I love about this movie more than anything is Tim Curry's energy in it. He's bouncing about everywhere. He's running about, and like at the end of it, you've got an option on the DVD and the Blu-ray. You've got an option where you can have one ending or three, and what it does is it gives you alternates, like basically like Little Shop of Horrors did, where they had two different bloody endings. It gives you the alternate endings.
It wasn't an alternate ending in Little Shop of Horrors. It was like another half an hour's worth of film.
Oh yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is there was a different ending as well. So you've got like three different endings of three different scenarios that it could possibly be. But it's just a good time. It's a fun time. I think when I read up, it was 15 million as a budget, and they made 14.3 million at the box office. But after that, it got a proper cult following from the on the video rentals onwards, really. But it's definitely a fun movie. Even the age of it. I mean, I was watching it on Blu-ray, and I think the last time I watched it must have been on DVD. Because the picture quality is really, really good. They've done a good restoration on it. But it's just a good laugh. It's an easy film to just switch your brain off because you're not trying to think who's done it. They'll tell you who's done it at the end.
Yeah.
Just that issue detentions, yeah. But it's definitely worth a watch if you haven't seen it. But it's not, I don't think it's commonly easy to find.
No, I haven't seen it. I never got around to watching it, unfortunately.
I think I've got a copy on DVD, so I'll send it you.
Yeah, work was just taking its toll this week. Okay, right. So let's have a look at the actor for next week then.
Okay.
Just make sure everyone's off. Yeah, give it a good sort. Give it a good shuffle.
I had to double check my book because I was like, I can't remember what the actor was, and then realised it wasn't. Christopher Lee. Bloody hell.
Okay, that's going to be a good one. Let's get the homework wheel open. Just remove Christopher Lee. Now, Shabba, you did send me a comment for some movies to add to this, and I will get around to adding them.
Is it? Ha! Brilliant. What's the chances? What is the bloody chances of that?
Now, ladies and gents, the reason why we're saying that is because Gareth has asked us to do a short clip for what we consider the best movie in 1989 is, because he's going to do an up-and-coming video. Now, we both chose this film to do it. I had my money on him doing Back to the Future 2, if I was honest, because but yeah, so not to ruin.
I did 2 videos and sent one to you.
Not to ruin Gareth's video too much, but we are quite excited because we were talking about this just before the start of the show. So we haven't fixed it. I promise you. That's just how it's ended up landing. So Christopher Lee and Batman, the 1989 original Tim Burton, Michael Keaton Batman movie.
Christopher Lee was in a lot of Dracula movies, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, that's yeah. I'll leave it there, but yeah, cool.
Speaking of Dracula, did you see the screenshots of Nicolas Cage as Dracula?
No,
have a look at them when we finish the show. He looks quite good. Right, so let's move on, shall we, to movie news. Right. Remind me, Steve, what your stance is on rebooting or remaking franchises.
Yeah, my stance is the same as it's always been. Really, it's a waste of time. I don't agree with it at all. But I know there's a lot going about, isn't there, at the minute?
Ocean's 11 being one of them.
Yeah.
Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling, they're going to start filming the Ocean's 11 reboot, prequel, remake. It's before Ocean's 11.
So now Margot Robbie, that's a different story. Margot Robbie can be in anything.
It's a whole new cast. Sorry, I just realised it. I'm so dark in this corner. I don't usually sit in this corner. There we go. That's now you can see me.
Ghost.
Yeah. So too bright now. There we go. That's better. So I usually sit in the far dark corner, don't I, where all my bookcases are? But today I sat over here. So Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling are gonna do the prequel franchise reboot of Ocean's 11 that starts filming in March this year.
Yeah.
So yeah, a goat or a ghost. See, Sophie can't understand you as well.
Funny.
Yeah.
Sorry, she's probably never seen Ghost.
Sophie's saying, I do like some remakes sometimes. I don't realise the remakes because you've never seen the original. That's why.
I mean, the thing is, though, I agree in some respects with that, because if you look at something like A Star Is Born or something like that, you know, the time between remakes, you know, there's a good chance you might not have seen the original. But when it's literally within the space of a 10-year period, I mean, you look at that one there. Peter was saying about Harry Potter. I read that as well yesterday, I think it was.
Yeah.
Saying that they were looking at possibly rebooting Harry Potter. It's like there's no real reason why There's no reason at all to do that. Not yet.
So I was on the movie news recently checking out, and one that's popped up today. I love Ghost of Soundtrack here. The one that popped up today was that Ridley Scott is looking for lead actors to sequel Gladiator. So Gladiator 2, possible. It's not been greenlit yet, but he's looking for lead actors to do Gladiator 2 with a possible 2025 release date. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Maximus die in Gladiator? And so did Emperor, what's his face? One played by Joaquin Phoenix.
Yes.
They all died, didn't they?
Yes.
So, how are you going to sequel that?
I've got no idea. No idea. I mean, he's had his vengeance. Even if he has survived, he's had his vengeance, hasn't he?
Yeah. Sorry. Spoilers. If you've not seen the film that's 22 years old, I apologise. But Maximus dies.
Well, there's a good chance Sophie's not seen it.
Maybe, yeah.
We'll see. Yeah. Yeah, it hasn't. It hasn't. It's got worse and worse, that.
Obelix, wasn't he from Asterix?
Asterix and Obelix.
Is it not Dominus? Something like that, isn't it?
I've seen Gladiator. We're just checking, Sophie, as we go through the conversation. We're just going to run it by you just to make sure you've seen it.
So they're gonna give us a sequel to Gladiator. Now, when I was reading the article, one of the ideas that he put forward was the fact that Maximus will be resurrected or reincarnated as warriors throughout history. So all the great warriors that you've got through like Genghis Khan and all that lot will be inherited by Maximus, right? But then I just get the impression it was going to be like Assassin's Creed in that respect.
Yeah.
Where he jumps into all the assassins throughout time. And I just can't picture that. I just can't picture that idea at all. You're taking a great film that's based in Roman times, and then you're going to jump him through science fiction. It just makes no sense to me. Lucky enough, he's decided against that now, and I think he's just going to go straight for a straighten out slasher, blood, gore, man-on-man gladiator fight again.
Yeah. Well, we'll see we'll see what happens, but I won't put anything past Hollywood at the minute. The DVD player knows what's good. So, explain to me, Kathy, why your DVD player point blank refuses to play Gladiator.
My last piece of movie news. Have you ever seen the 1968 Romeo and Juliet?
I don't think so, I think I'm trying to think which one I got subjected to at school, because it wasn't the modern version, but we got subjected to something.
So if it was the 1968, it was the 1968 version of Romeo and Juliet, it starred Olivia Hussey and Leonard Whiting, right?
Right.
Those two actors were 15 and 16 at the time of filming Romeo and Juliet. They've now just launched a lawsuit against Paramount 55 years after filming the film as a sexual abuse case against Paramount.
What?
Because during the sex scene, Hussey's breast was out and Whiting's butt cheek was out on show, and they were classed as minors at the time. So it's what's the word? Sexual exploitation of adolescent actors. They were underage, basically, and they were saying that they were forced to 16. Yeah.
Is this like the Nirvana kid all over again?
500 million each they've sued Paramount for.
They're probably too old to bloody spend it by this point.
Each. 55 years after the film had gone. Now, looking at it, it won all sorts of awards and everything else. So they done quite well out the film, but they are now underage. And now, do you remember who's suing who? Yeah. Olivia Hussey and Leonard Whiting are suing Paramount for the film that they filmed 55 years ago.
That's mental, isn't it?
For one particular scene. Now, did you see a couple of months ago, Sean Bean got himself into trouble about saying that sex scenes aren't the same now? You've got a well-being person on site and stuff like that. Do you think it's come from that you've got all these safeguardings in now for
I think they went through a period, didn't they, of every man and his dog getting blamed for stuff. So I would imagine they've had to make sure there's enough people to cover them, really.
Yeah, just a little bit short, a little bit of out of date for the Me Too movement.
Yeah, exactly. But there's a lot going about it's that the girl from Black Christmas. I don't know, mate. It might be.
I'm
not sure on that one.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bizarre one for me, that one.
Was it? I know it's a bit early to be hitting onto this, but was it this week that we found out that Henry Cavill's not coming back as Superman?
It was last week, wasn't it?
Well, because I was watching something again the other day, and they were saying that that obviously that's been dropped on it, and then there's the only one that's actually going at the minute is the Flash. The rest of them are all seemingly dropped.
The rest of them are gone. James Gunn sort of hinted the fact that Wonder Woman might still happen, but it's not going to be tied to the DCU or DCEU. Flash is going to bring the slate. Flash is going to wipe the slate clean, practically, isn't it? But rumors from DC were that they started the search for Cavill's replacement back in 2018 after.
Well, that's because James Gunn's took over, innit? James Gunn's now like a CEO or some crap of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's basically overseeing it. But there was, because the thing is, that's what I was listening to. So they were saying that obviously the Black Adam, that's The Rock's not coming back for another one of those. Henry Cavill's been dropped. Henry Cavill was on the back end of Black Adam.
What they were saying about Rock and Black Adam, Dwayne Johnson, is that he's not in the new phase of DCU or whatever that it's going to be, but there is scope to return in phase 2. So it means he's not going to be in the next 5 years.
Henry Cavill was Superman at the credits, at the post-credit scene.
But it was also Superman at the end of Shazam as well, at the school, in school canteen. You just didn't see his face, but he was credited to be Superman.
But they brought out a double feature DVD set of Superman and Black Adam off the back of it. I saw that, Peter.
Kathy's saying here, isn't it good that things like that? What did she say here? Isn't it good that dodgy stuff like that is being recognised now? It is good, and it is good that they are doing it properly now. You know, the safeguarding stuff against that. But for people to come back 55 years later and say they're not happy with something now, it's that's what I've sort of got an issue for. Because in 30 years down the line, someone might find some random YouTube clip of me and Steve talking about something and say, actually, I'm not happy about that now.
Well, most stuff that comes out of your mouth, I would imagine, is going to be out of date.
Most of the stuff I say now is out of date, Steve.
It's controversial.
Oh, God, I don't know. Right, what's them saying? There's a woman on TikTok who's yeah, because she thought she jumped on a co-star, didn't she? Well, that there's a scene in that Enola Holmes 2 where they're in a horse and cart, and they're talking, and she's teaching him how to fight. So she's punching him and punching him and punching him, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, she leans over and kisses him, right?
Yeah,
and he wasn't aware she was going to do that, so she's just decided to kiss him there and then, right? And one of the things that they were saying is that if that was a male actor pushing onto Millie Bobby Brown, then there'll be all hell to pay. And this intimacy coordinator, that's the word I was looking for before, has come out and slated her, saying she shouldn't be doing that. You can't have one rule for one and one for another. I can't be there to safeguard actors and actresses if they're just going to take it into their own hands anyway. Hey, Cheryl. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, so that's what it is. Now, some of the older actors were saying, let it flow. It doesn't seem to be natural anymore. So this is male and female actors and actresses who were agreeing the intimacy coordinators are slowing that down, and it doesn't look natural on screen. But then obviously there's a safeguard against anything happening in the way of claims or anything like that. So it is an interesting one. Yeah, poor lad being clear. Yeah, he just didn't know nothing about it. That's why, if you've seen it, that's why he's shocked in the up and coming bit in the carriages, because he doesn't know what's going on. I don't know. This is why the studios now don't talk to me before pre-release on films.
Oh, because usually they'd ring you up and tell you.
Yeah, normally they tell me, what's going on. Right, so we'll move on then, Stevie. Okay, let's jump over. Do you know what? I normally go for my brew during the VTs, and I've just went like that, and my cup's empty. And it's just occurred to me, Lana's never brought me a cup of tea for the stream.
That's shocking.
It is really shocking. She's got one job to do on a Thursday night, and that's to bring me a brew. She's shouting piss off. Right, so pickups of the week. Yay!
What did you get, mate?
What did I get? So I did a video early on over the weekend about my eBay and Vinted pickups. Now, go and watch that. So some of the stuff that I've picked up there is good. Now, today, I had to go back to the shop. I had 3 more pickups to do, all Vinted. And when I got home, I had 3 deliveries from CEX, because I did some online shopping in CEX. Now, you know me, my experiences of the CEX website and the app hasn't been great, because it says that stuff are in stock when it hasn't been, etc., etc. However, I can't fault it this time. I looked for what I wanted, I got it, and it's arrived fine. And it was actually correct what was in stock in Chester. So my first pickup was Cade 6 Duck from Destiny. Now, I love Cade 6. Now, it's a shame if you've never played Destiny. They did a release a couple of years ago called Forsaken. Yeah. And the intro trailer for the new release was Cade getting killed. So he's no longer a character. So if you can find anything Cade 6 related for Destiny, pick it up, because it's worth an absolute fortune, especially if you can get it boxed. So the Cade 6 pop I've got up there, that's boxed, they've never been open. I picked it up for free for 15 quid, and that pop itself's worth 60 quid. So, people just don't know what they're getting. So I got a Cade 6 Duck. Now, Chris, it's not coming your way for the duck race, mate. That's staying with me. Now, the funny story behind this was Lana told me today when I showed her what I got. She went, "Oh, I had something similar saved on her Vinted as a favorite, and she was going to get it me for Christmas, but it's sold." And I bought it.
You bought it.
So she had this saved as a favorite, but it was me that bought it from underneath her.
Oh my god!
So
and
as you know,
you say you don't ruin Christmas.
Proofs in the pudding there, you know. So as you know, I picked up Attack on Titan season 1 for Christmas. Lana got me these for Christmas. So my 3 CEX pickups were season 2, Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah.
So that was £6. Attack on Titan season 3 part 1 on DVD. So I opted to go for DVD because that season 1 was in DVD. So I went for season so I got season 2 and 3 on DVD. So that's part 1. Unfortunately, what CEX did was that they sent me season 3 part 2 on Blu-ray. So I'll need to see if I can get that on DVD, unless I just get the final season, which is season 4 on Blu-ray. And then, but it's an odd one for season 4 because it's the final season. It's actually cost you more to buy it on DVD than it does on Blu-ray because they didn't print it a lot. When I was in Chester, I've got the final season part 1 in there.
Sorry.
But it was £35, so I never picked it up. What I did pick up though was Genlock.
Okay.
Now this is a series. It's sort of like Titan. What was the game called on the Xbox? Titanfall. It's like Titanfall meets Pacific Rim meets Robot Jocks in a sense. So there's the 6 people who Avatar. That's the other one I was looking for. The 6 people who can transfer their consciousness into robot bodies and fight. The cast on it's got a really good cast. It's Michael B. Jordan, it's David Tennant, Dakota Fleming, Maisie Williams, Kate Dillon. So it's got a really good cast. The first season, which is the one that I've picked up on Blu-ray, is absolutely superb. And I watched the second season yesterday via other means, but that wasn't as good. They sort of rushed it to get to a conclusion because Michael B. Jordan didn't want to carry on the series.
Okay.
And he's the main character in it.
Yeah.
So they're pickups. There's not many because, like I say, I did the pickup video the other week. Over the weekend, and that had quite a bit on there as well. So, yeah, I did quite well with them. The other parcels I picked up today from Vinted was some aggressors for Warhammer and a new top. So, yeah. Go on, Stevie.
All right. Well, I've had a few come through the post, and then I picked up a few bits more. So, I got King Kong, the original King Kong on Premium Collection HMV.
Very good.
This one I found today for a couple of quid, which is celebrating 40 years of Monty Python. Not the Messiah, he's a very naughty boy. So I think that's a concept.
Yeah.
This one I got because people have been going on about the second film, but the second film seems to be selling out. So I picked up the 2 of them, which is the Terrifier.
Okay.
So I'll look forward to watching them. This one I ordered about 4 months ago, which finally turned up off Amazon, which is Fat Man.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Is that the Christmas one, the Santa one?
Yeah. Turns up after bloody Christmas.
Thank you very much.
A couple of cheap ones just to replace the DVDs, which is Legends of Tomorrow Season 3 and Season 2.
Okay, because you didn't pick them up the first time round, did you? Because you
No, I got them on DVD.
Yeah.
But these were a couple of quid each, so I picked because I had the original one on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So I picked them up for a couple of quid each. Finally got around to picking that up. A bit annoyed I'm not getting the Blu-ray, but season 4, so I've got all 4 of them. These were a couple of quid each as well, which were a bit of guilty pleasure. But the best of season 1, 2, and 3 of Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Okay.
I liked them. Another one for the Spider-Man collection. Another steelbook of Far From Home.
Far From Home, yeah.
So that goes with the other one I bought. I got the 4K version of Mortal Kombat steelbook.
Oh, I like that case.
Yeah, they're nice. But obviously I've got the first 2 Mortal Kombat movies on steelbook as well. So I'll pick that up. This was a bit of a blind buy, which is Byzantium. This is a 2013 movie. It's a vampire movie. I forget what her name is now. You might not see it on the disc, but it's, I think it's her out of Hannah, the younger one.
Oh, the one. It's the one Bianca. What's her face, isn't it?
I think it's that one who played Hannah. But that's about 2 vampires, mum and daughter. Vampires in 2013 it was. But I actually sat down last night and watched that.
Was the older one in Firefly and Gotham?
I can't remember, to be honest with you. I did look up some of her movies. I think is it Emma something or some Gemma something or let me have a look. But yeah, I sat down and watched it because I thought, I need to start watching some of these things I'm buying. So I took the time yesterday to sit down and watch it. Quite enjoyed it, but it's 2013 movie, sorry, 2012 movie, but it says 2013.
All right, so it's not who I'm thinking of then.
Gemma Arterton.
Yeah, it's not who I'm thinking of.
No, she was in Hansel and Gretel, The Kingsman, Prince of Persia, Clash of the Titans, Quantum of Solace, to name a few.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really good. It was basically a mother and daughter that were vampires and sort of trying to stay under the radar, but the daughter wants to sort of tell the truth, so she keeps telling a story to people, and the mum keeps having to kill them. I got the restoration version of World at War.
Oh, okay.
Picked that up today. Chuck for that. Now, I had a refund on eBay for something that didn't turn up, but then did turn up. So I had a bit of money in the PayPal, so I picked up this bad boy, which is a Steven Spielberg set.
Okay.
So that has obviously comes with the book.
So what's the map then?
So you've got Jewel, which I picked up not long ago, so I traded that back in again. Then you've got says the Sugarland Express with Goldie Hawn in.
Yeah.
Then you've got the obvious one, Jaws. 1941. Everyone's favourite, E.T. Always, which is another Steven Spielberg movie. Obviously, they're all Spielberg movie, but Jurassic Park, The Lost World, and that's it, I think. I just thought it was a nice set.
That's a really good set. I quite like that.
I thought it was a nice set, and obviously you've got the book as well that goes along with it. So some cool artwork in there.
Actually, it's not a bad.
But like I say, that basically that was give or take. It was probably about £10 all in all. Because like I say, I bought something on eBay that I ended up having to they refunded in the end. But it was a company. It wasn't like a reseller or out. But then obviously I had the funds to spend then, so I just spent it on that. So yeah, that's my pickups this week.
No,
Playing Mortal Kombat. 11 at the minute.
I didn't want to interrupt you before when you were talking, but Cora did say he was playing Mortal Kombat 11 at the moment, which is a cool coincidence. Now, Mortal Kombat 11 is not something I've played, but some of the characters in there and some of the drop-in characters, because you can play like Predator and RoboCop and stuff like that in it, can't you? So that'll be quite interesting.
No, that's the sort of hook with a lot of these games now, isn't it? It's to have a unique one or two characters, like you could play a Spawn or something like that.
Yeah,
I think Undertaker's in one of them.
Right. Yeah.
I'll tell you what I did do today. I went into CX on the way around town today, and they had a steelbook of Star Trek Wrath of Khan. I was like, oh, no, I can't. I mean, to be fair, it was like 20 quid, 22 quid, I think it was, or something. I was like, nah.
You can. It's always worth it. It's always worth the.
Mate, I've got Wrath of Khan here. I know I've got Wrath of Khan. Yeah, there it is. So I've got the Blu-ray of it. I've got that box set I got a while back. So
do you know, for someone that doesn't enjoy Star Trek, you've got quite a few copies of it, haven't you, mate?
I didn't say I didn't enjoy Star Trek. I'm just not as Trekky as you. I have a varied.
I've got them on Blu-ray, and Peter kindly did me a deal for the full set of the special edition DVDs not so long ago. So I'm in no rush to.
See, that's a point. I didn't check if it's 4K or not. I bet it is. Now I've said that. I bet it's bloody 4K. Let me just check. I bet I'm gonna have to.
You're gonna have to go back and pick it up now, aren't you?
No, I think it's standard. Oh, he's celebrating the 50th anniversary. No, it's the director's cut of the second big screen adventure of the crew. Blah blah blah. No, it's just standard. I mean, it looks quite nice.
Lana's shouting. Has it got? Does it come with a business card?
Lana could sod off. Make Steve a brew. Hey, Alan.
It's yeah. She brought it in. She brought it in when you're on big screen.
All right. Okay.
There isn't many releases that I'm looking forward to at the moment, Blu-ray or 4K, and this year is the year that I get a 4K TV. We went looking in Curry's, and the hardest part for me.
I hadn't planned.
Yeah, the hardest part for me is because I want a bigger telly. We've got a 55 at the moment in the living room, and I want to get a bigger one because it says to play Destiny on and and stuff like that. But Lana's long-sighted, so anything she struggles to see the one that we've got at the moment. So if I get any more, she has to spend a little bit more time upstairs watching.
Yeah, it's only fair.
So, yeah. So it's one of them. It's a sort of risk reward. Does the pros outdo the cons? And I think they do.
Your wife can't watch telly downstairs, but it's massive.
No, it's massive. Yeah, she can watch it from the garden.
Oh God.
So I just don't know what to do. I'm torn with the whole thing.
Oh, because I mean, how old's your TV now?
It's a good 8 years old, 7 or 8
Honestly,
years old.
mate, even just watching. Oh, no worries, Alan. The thing is, for me, what I noticed is, regardless of whether I'm using it on 4K or not, it's the technology's moved on that much in the last 8 years. that your picture quality is immensely better, regardless.
The thing is, we watched the football in the pub on Friday, and they've got all new 4Ks in there, and the colours were hurting my eyes. It was too bright for me watching.
Yeah, well, you can change the settings. I mean, I've had to do that with that one that we've got, to be fair, because it was. I watched a football match and it was like massively green, and stuff like that. Really, really saturated. Not saturated. That's the wrong colour. Vivid colours.
Yeah.
And I had to tone them down.
So when you come up in March, my plan is just to have the new 4K TV downstairs. Then I'm going to bring that 55 up into the playroom, the toy room in here, so I can watch that during the day. But where I'm sat, where I work, so this is where I work during the day, is in my little corner. See? And then that's where the telly would be. So I'd have the 55-inch there, and then that little telly would go. That's the plan.
55 is plenty big anyway.
But you know what I'm like, though. I just like all me big stuff. I must be confident. Yeah. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, Kuro, that's probably true. The TVs in pubs probably have it on fucking vivid mode. Yeah, that's probably true. That, to be fair, I wouldn't be surprised.
I was looking at it, and it was really, really bright.
Yeah, I mean, so it stands out, doesn't it? You could see it.
Did you actually? Well, we're just because it's just caught my eye. Here we go. Did you see I picked up another dinky?
Yes,
spaceship?
Saw it. Yeah, that's cool.
How cool is that?
Yeah, it's really cool.
Little Klingon battle cruiser. So I do need now to find torpedoes for it.
Can you not just order the same torpedoes as you did last time? It'll take the same size.
I didn't order the torpedo.
Huh?
That looks like it's a smaller torpedo.
How does it?
Yeah, it's a smaller hole. So yeah, I do need to order some torpedoes, but made in England, 1977.
Bloody hell, it's mental.
Yeah. So I've got the Enterprise on one side and the battle cruiser on the other. Now, so it looks like they're in the middle of a space fight.
Mate, I'll tell you what I watched last night again. Today again was the Toys That Made Us. I was sat there watching the Transformers one again today. I forgot there was like hundreds and hundreds of different ones, and obviously at the same time, there's robots, weren't there?
Yeah. So when you're taking the piss out of me for having so many, you are aware I don't have many duplicates.
Yeah, but it was like bloody QVC. I'm sat there going, "Well, I won't mind collecting a few of those." I'm like, "I've got a second. No, turn this off." But, that's not happening.
Peter, where's the Enterprise you sent me? It's here, me. There's the Enterprise you sent me, still in the box.
Wow.
Yeah, Corgi one.
It's rare and all. He doesn't usually keep things in a box.
No, I don't. But there's this one, and it comes with the stand as well, so it's all complete. And I got a Klingon Bird of Prey as well, Corgi Klingon Bird of Prey, and I've got that one in the box as well. So they're on top of the wardrobe, out the way, so they don't get damaged. So there you go. The only problem is now, because I've started putting stuff on top of the wardrobe, the GoBots command is too big.
Yeah.
So I might have to rehome GoBots command.
I completely forgot about GoBots until I saw that thing again today, and I remember the leader of the GoBots. I was like, bloody hell, I remember some of those. Yeah, I remember some of those. It's amazing. The story though is how we ended up with the Transformers, and how they came. A lot of them, they were all from, like, was it Japan?
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy in the office was like, right, you've got X amount of time to come up with a load of names for these things.
Well, they bought Diaclone out, didn't they? And it was just like, so you've now got to come up with names for these. There's Shockwave and Jetfire.
Yeah.
Transformers. They weren't the original ones. They're ones that they bought the rights from other toy lines other than Diaclones and brought them into Transformers. That's why they don't look like any of the other ones.
Well, they decided to go away from the. They decided to build these Transformers in the US market after a while, didn't they? And they looked shocking, so they went back to what they were doing before.
But no, so I don't have that many duplicates. But yeah, I have got quite a few. I almost bought, after the conversation I was having with AJ on last week's stream, I almost bought Snarl and a G1 Grimlock. And I was just like, that would have completed my G1 Dinobots. But I thought Lana would kill me if I ended up with a G1 Snarl and Grimlock as well. So I do need to get them.
Apart from saying it on a live, she would have no clue, surely. I don't think she checks your Transformers, does she?
I tell you what, she's got a beady little eye on her because she knows when I've moved something and she knows what's new. She does clock on quite quick what it is. But she must study it. I know she says she doesn't, but she must sit in here when I'm not in here and study what I've got.
Just take some mental note.
The mental note of when I've bought something new, yeah.
Every so often, she just go in and take a picture, mate. She'd be just like, done. Then on the weekly inspection,
yeah,
like,
yeah, that's what we've just been talking about. That's what we've just been talking about. Toys that made us.
Yeah, but it's like 3 seasons of it now, so I think there's like 4 episodes a season or something, isn't there?
Yeah, the good ones, G.I. Joe. Do you know when we were car booting down with Chris at yours, and I picked up all those G.I. Joes? Well, it was good watching them to see which were, because they go on about which were the rare figures that they didn't really produce that many of, and there was 1 or 2 of them that I had in that box, and we did quite well from that.
Good, yeah. Well, I remember I liked it. I enjoyed the Turtles one that was on there, and I think there was the He-Man one as well, wasn't there?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it's a good little series. The other one's the films that made us.
Yeah, movies that made us.
Yeah, the movies.
As well.
Movies is quite good. I've learned quite a bit from them about how they did like Alien and stuff like that, because that's on there. And
yeah.
Right, should we throw the link into the chat, mate?
Yeah, can do.
Oh, sorry to hear that, Alan.
Oh, sorry, Alan.
The link's in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Please feel free to join us. Stevie, what have you been watching this week? Because did you get around to watching Glass Onion?
Yes. So I made a couple of notes on this, because obviously I was about to, as I said earlier on, I watched that Byzantium, which I enjoyed. Then I watched some of the extras on it just to find out like how it had come about. It was the movie, but I sat down with Lou the other night and we watched that Glass Onion. I enjoyed it. I mean, it looked a lot more polished than the first one. There's a big cast on it, obviously, but I really enjoyed it. They've toned the Daniel Craig's accent down a bit. He's still got a few twangs in there, southern accent in it, but it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I would happily go back and watch it again.
So they've been asked, haven't they, if they were going to do a Christmas special or holiday special this year for the Knives Out.
Really?
Yeah, because the Glass Onion stuck so well on Netflix. They've asked Netflix, are they going to do a Christmas special of Glass Onion or Knives Out? So, it wouldn't surprise me if we saw like a Guardian style knives out sort of thingy. Does anyone know where Andrew is staying in Chester for the meetup? I was asking where we booked the accommodation there, Wrexham. You've booked accommodation near Wrexham?
It's a bit of a distance, isn't it?
I was asking because we've booked accommodation near Wrexham for the meal. Whereabouts are you staying? Okay, Wrexham's not far in the car if you're driving in. Saying that's not far on the train. It's just it's just going to be a bit awkward getting back.
Yeah.
But we can ask him for you, Julie, if you want. Oh, there you go. Kathy says he's not stopping. He's going home.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, he's in Wrexham anyway, isn't he? That's what I'm saying. He'll get the last train home.
Really?
Oh, I've checked. Why were you planning on a rendezvous yourself or your calf?
She just needed to know if her husband had to wear waterproofs. Were you around now?
No, don't. If he's drinking, you could give him a lift. Yeah. It wouldn't be so bad. And to be honest with you, I haven't been out with Andrew where he hasn't drank. So
yeah, I was say he was merry when we went out last time, wasn't
he? Yeah, and he was on his way when we were in Manchester. To be fair,
was he?
Yeah, when we went to the Manchester one, when I left him. Yeah, it was a good night, and I'm hoping we should have another good night in Chester. Get you into a few nightclubs, Stevie. You know,
I can't wait.
We're gonna have to figure something out for your drinking, aren't we? Because you don't drink alcohol, do you?
No, I just watch you get pissed instead.
Yeah, you can go browsing around the CEX for a couple of hours while we're partying around. Saying that there wasn't anything in that CEX in Chester,
wasn't it?
And when we went, no,
it's a bit early to check.
Our Christmas shopping hasn't gone to plan very well this year because Christmas sales shopping hasn't gone to plan because not hardly anywhere's been open.
I tell you what, I've noticed. Yeah, there's not a big boom of January sales, is there?
No. We
couldn't sell at Christmas.
We went into Matalan and we said to them, "When's the Christmas sales start?" And he said, "I'll give it 4 weeks." Well, 4 weeks will be end of January, so it's not.
No, but when do we start? Because the thing is that there'll be shops that start like Christmas Eve to try and get rid of the stuff just before Christmas. Then you've got Boxing Day sales, and then literally a week later.
But no one's open Boxing Day. That was the big issue. My little one wants to run around the little toy shops and spend all her money in one aisle, right? That's what she does. She's like me. Give her money, she just wants to spend it.
Yeah, but back in the day, you could do that at Toys R Us.
Yeah, so she did it in Smith's last year, or whatever. The entertainer shut. The entertainer was closed because it was a Sunday. It was closed because it was bank holiday on Monday.
Yeah,
Smith's was shut Boxing Day, didn't open, and it was only open half a day on the bank holiday Monday. And when you look online, there's no big sales on. There's no big clearance. There's nothing. No one's giving anything away. It's not even like they've put a 30% on sale to give us the toys at what the cost price would have been 6 months earlier.
No, that's what we're saying. Is it doesn't seem like, if I was a child now and I wanted to go out and spend a fortune on toys, it doesn't look like you'd be saving any real money.
No,
I mean, sort of even like the physical media side of it, it's one of those. It's like Black Friday. I know Black Friday and Cyber Monday now are a lot bigger when it comes to sales. But I'd like to have a look at a couple of box sets and see that they're massively reduced because it's January sales, but there's nothing.
Yeah.
There really isn't.
We're lucky because we've got Cheshire Oaks just literally around the corner. It's a 15-minute walk for us.
Yeah.
But there's no sales on. There's nothing on in Cheshire Oaks. No one was putting any sales on whatsoever. Now, Cheshire Oaks is supposed to sell stuff at a 30% discount anyway because it's an outlet centre.
Yeah.
But all they've done is inflated the RRP price to say it was listed at this. So you can look into, I don't know, say Skechers, for example. The cheapest pair of Skechers are 50 quid in the outlet, but you go to Sports Direct, and the same Skechers are 40 quid.
Yeah.
And it's just bonkers. But there's no sales on anywhere, you know. Who was it that was talking on Chris's stream before about asking the charity shops if they've got a January sale on, and you just looked at it?
I don't know, but I watched that earlier on, and so I think from my point of view, it's more the fact that they'd rather dump stuff than knock it down. You know, I mean, to be fair, I've been in a couple today, and like one of them that I don't usually go in, the woman's there with a red pen marking things down, like literally marking pretty much everything half price or whatever. But then, having saying that, they were inflated prices in the first place. You know, like a Tommy Hilfiger jacket for like 20 quid down to a tenner. You know, but there was a couple of decent T-shirts I managed to pick up. But it's just one of those situations where you don't see a lot of it. You know
so there you go, ladies and gents. Keep your eye out, because Car Boot Chris will be doing another swap video very shortly.
Cheeky sad. Hey, I got the better deal out of that, I'm telling you.
I don't think he did. He's listed about 400 quid's worth of stuff out of that fucking box.
Oh, yeah, but for what I paid for it, for what I got, I'm not bothered. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, it's just it doesn't seem to be many at all. I was having a look because I was gonna try and get a copy of FIFA 25, FIFA 23 on PlayStation 5. But there's very little off it. You know, if I wanted to buy it on the Switch, it would cost me 25 quid. To buy it on PlayStation, it's going to be 50 quid easily.
But to play it on Xbox, you get it for free because it's on EA Game Pass.
Oh, of course, yeah, there is that. I suppose there is that. You and your one friend.
Well, just because I know a decent gaming console when I see one, you know.
Yeah, whatever.
But anyway, I've got Peter keeping me company on Destiny. But I haven't played for a good 2 weeks, to be honest. Xbox.
You'll find somebody else to play with, and you'll be all on your own.
No, I know. He's been renovating his house, and he disappeared for a couple of weeks while he was doing that, and then he keeps sending me requests, and I just haven't.
So you asked me the question, but you never answered it yourself. What is it you've been watching this week then?
He's saying I've noticed. Yeah, it's not that I've been ignoring you, mate.
He ignores everybody, Peter.
I've been watching a lot of Gundam and stuff like that recently. Netflix have released a lot of Gundam series, so I've been catching up on that, including the original early 80s movies. And you know, I hate Japanese audio stuff, films that are in the actual Japanese, and then I've got to read subtitles. I find myself concentrating more on the subtitles than I do actually watching what's going on. That's why I couldn't watch Alice in Borderlands or Squid Games in the Japanese or Korean, because it would just do me head in. And then I've been watching stuff on Fire Other Means, you know. What series was I watching? Oh, The Challenge. I like The Challenge. Basically, it's like Australian stuff. They put a group of people in a house and they do challenges, and each night the loser of the challenge has got to go up against somebody else, and they compete to stay in and eliminate people by. But it gets quite brutal. You know, some of the challenges are really physical, and they just hate each other. But they're playing for like $500,000 or whatever. So it is good prize money, but they do hate each other. So when they get like a good rivalry going, and then they end up in an elimination together, they just want to beat the shit out of each other. What's Carlo saying? He's just watched the Addams Family 60s sitcom.
Yeah.
What else have I been watching? On Netflix. I watched. Oh, I actually got around to watching Shooter the other day. Do you know the Mark Wahlberg movie about the sniper?
Yeah.
Because that's on Netflix. I really enjoyed that, but I didn't realize they made a series out of it as well, haven't they now?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll have to get around to watching the series. She watched the Goonies the other day.
That's another one that they're thinking of bringing out a bloody sequel to or a remake, innit?
Yeah, or a series. They were talking about making it into a limited series, weren't they, at one stage?
Kathy's halfway through Wednesday. Yes, I enjoyed that, Kathy. You should be all right if you've got that far.
So, does this mean that we can talk about Alice in Borderlands now?
I don't know. It's a couple of weeks down the line, isn't it?
It is a couple of weeks down the line. What did you think of season 2 of Alice in Borderlands, Steve?
Good.
Oh, is that it? Good. Conversation finished.
That's it. Thanks for joining, everybody. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, to be fair, I had to sort of refresh myself a bit as to what had happened in the first season because it's been a while since I watched that, and I'd only watched it once. But no, I enjoyed it. I thought it was there was some good, really good moments in it. I did. It took me a while to click on about is it the King of Spades?
Yeah.
It took me a while to click on about that because I couldn't understand for the first few episodes as to why this random guy was going around killing people. But then obviously I got it when they had to face him.
Yeah, because there's no actual game, was it? The game's just to survive and beat him.
Yeah, literally just randomly this guy turns up and starts shooting him with a blooming rifle, cannon rifle or something.
Yeah.
So it's one of those situations where you're like, well, what's going on here? Why is this outside of the game or games? They were being sort of murdered, weren't they?
Kathy, did you watch Alice in Borderlands before or after Squid Games? Because I was talking to Steve and Chris before Squid Games came out that you needed to watch Alice in Borderlands, and then obviously Squid Games came out and took the world by storm. So if you'd watched it before it would have been a lot easier of a watch. But because Squid Games is so easy to follow and everybody knows what's going on in Squid Games, the penny drops in the first 30 seconds of the game, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it's about 8 episodes in, 6, 7, or 8 episodes in before they realise, shit, this is proper what's going on.
That first series, did you just stumble upon it then, or did somebody tell you to watch it?
I just stumbled across it on Netflix.
Right.
I was watching shows like the 300, the 3%, and stuff like that, and I just come across this Alice in Borderlands, and I thought, this looks really, really good when I watched the trailer. The other one was that was out at the same time. Was it Sweet Tooth or Sweet Home? It's called Sweet Home, and that it's not. It's like the sort of same production company, but a different stories type of thing. Yeah. But I just fell in love with Alice in Borderlands. I just thought that was really, really cool.
See, the thing is that Squid Games was my sort of first. In fact, no, I'll tell a lie. My first sort of watching of a foreign with dubbed was Money Heist. But then obviously Squid Games took off, and it was quite easy to sort of watch. But then obviously you mentioned about Alice in Borderland, but otherwise I would have never seen it. But I think that was the second time it had been on Netflix by that point, wasn't it?
They re-released it based on the success of Squid Games.
Yeah, but it was really interesting.
With Squid Games, though, it was more very easy to follow. You know who everybody was. The regular characters were back every week, every episode, apart from the ones that died. And you sort of got the gist of what they were doing. Alice in Borderlands just sort of threw you in this mad world, didn't it? In bloody hell, people were getting killed, but they didn't understand why. They didn't understand where they are or what's going on. Or
no, and this is it. I mean, the thing is that it's very clever. I mean, even if you look at the first card that they have to get, the first sort of boss they have to defeat, it was very clever. You know how they did it, because they were losing all the way to right near the end, weren't they?
Yeah.
You know what I thought was good this time round is they not introduced, but they did to a degree, but they spent a lot more time on the outer characters rather than it just being the main ones.
Yeah.
You know, what's he called?
Those characters that they picked up at the beach.
Him that looks like a little Zelda. What's he called?
The what?
There's the Zelda character. The one that looks like a little Zelda. Silver hair. What's he called?
Oh, Hoshin?
Hoshi or something like that.
Yeah.
I thought he was quite a good character in it.
Yeah. But like you say though, their character, well, they met him when they did.
Was it that like
where they're in the buildings?
Where high rise, but it's not a high rise, is it? It's more like a block of flats.
Yeah, it was like the hide and seek thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then obviously they met them back up at the beach at the end of season 1.
Yeah.
So it was good giving us all those backstories, because they give us the backstories of some of the ones from the beach at the end of season 1, didn't they? That that didn't quite make it out when they were killing everyone there. Without spoiling the end, did you think what the hell was going on?
Like I said to you, I mean, the thing is for me, the one that got me was that Spades, the King of Spades. That was a strange one, but I don't know. I think it ended all right, to be honest. But I'm just trying to think of the ending now. I was satisfied with the series.
You found out what the fireworks were.
Yeah. Like I say, I mean, I don't really have too much of a bad word to say about it. I enjoyed the series. I think for me now, with it being 2 series, I'm in the camp of Alice in Borderland over Squid Games, but it'd be interesting to see what Squid Games does now. To sort of, I'm expecting a really good second series of that. You know, but it's a shame that we haven't got something that's a bit more mainstream. You know, that's actually as good as this, to be honest. You know, they're definitely showing people the way to do it, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they're definitely sort of giving us what you can do. It's like there's a few things. There's that Parasite movie. I know this is slightly off topic, but you know, I haven't seen that, but it puts me off that it's in. Is it Korean? I think it's it.
It's Korean, yeah, and it's not.
But it's been raved about, absolutely raved. You know. Whereas at least these are dubbed, aren't they?
Yeah.
No, but I don't mind the series. The series has been really good. I'd be interested to see if there's another program similar to it.
Oh, congratulations, Lindsay and Alf. Right, guys, if you haven't subscribed to Lindsay and Alf, go and hit that sub button. They do a lot of like dumpster diving videos and stuff like that. So some of it is interesting. And their son's got a wrestling-based channel as well. So it'll be interesting one day to get the son on and just have a chat about wrestling, because he's big into his WWE and stuff like that. So there is quite a few wrestling. Yeah, there's quite a few wrestling movies out there as well. So it'll be a good tie-in.
You know what? I try and say I don't watch that stuff anymore, but I literally can't help but watch it when it's on. I try and keep abreast of what's going on, but you know, I mean, ours is probably the best back in the day, the 80s and 90s, and then obviously the just early 2000s.
So I know I keep saying it, but Lindsay Alvin, we will get you on the channel, and I will contact you via the Instagram, and we'll buy via the Instagram. How old?
The Instagram on the interweb.
Yeah, do you know when you say something? You know, why have I just said it that way? We'll get in contact with you via Instagram, and we'll get you on the channel at some point as well. So yeah. threw me there a little bit. So there is other series out there. Like I say, there's the Sweet Home is good. It is a good watch. That's a bit of a strange one at first, but when you understand what's going on, no, you're not coming on now. You're taking the piss.
So Steve on the Instagram.
On the Instagram. Yeah, so there is a couple of series out on there, and like you say, the 3%, which was quite good. I think that was Brazilian to start, and it's about people coming, getting points and moving to a better world, but that's the same thing. They go through games, they go through challenges, and they get promoted, and then when they get to a certain point, they get elevated out of the wasteland into a paradise world where they don't worry about food and all the drinks there and everything, and people compete every year to get to this to this paradise. The games aren't as brutal as Alice in Borderlands, but you know they do make you think. They do make you challenge. One of the games is like the marble game from Squid Games.
Yeah,
you know, and stuff like that, and that's a good watch. The 3%. What was the other one? Utopia of Europe, or the Tribes of Europe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The Tribes of Europe. That was quite good, but again, it's another one that's dubbed. But I don't mind the dubbing. I know a lot of people are saying that they needed to watch Squid Games in the Korean with the subtitles on because the dubbing was doing reading. But to me,
it doesn't do my head in. I think that's
doesn't do my head in. I just don't think about it. You know, I'm just watching because, like I say, if I'm watching subtitles, because I struggled with the Gundam. To be fair, the first couple of movies on Gundam were Japanese with subtitles, and I struggled with it because I wasn't paying attention to what was going on the screen. I was reading. I might as well have listened to it on an audio book for all I. Alvin doesn't mind dub movies, drives me nuts. So yeah, because I'm reading and I'm not paying attention, and then I'm reading again, and that person's just died, and I haven't seen that, and I'm like, where the fuck's he now for the rest of the film?
Ever watched anything by any other means where they've, I mean, it's worse than dubbed. It's out of sync. That really annoys me. That gets to a point where it really annoys me.
Well, it annoys you when you come. It annoys you when it comes to ours because our soundbar's slightly out, isn't it?
Yeah, ever so slightly. But it's like some sort of blooming Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan sort of best movie.
But that's just because I haven't synced it in the settings. You can go in and turn the TV so it's half a second slower or something, and it matches to the sound because of the way that we've got it coming through the HDMI cable. But no, it doesn't bother me. Like I say, I'm fine. But it is funny watching people when they come and sit down in our house and they watch something for about 5 minutes.
But you don't want to stay out because they're looking at it thinking there's something wrong there.
What's going on here? Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that Kathy as well. He was doing his Bruce Lee impression. But yeah, I mean, like I say, reading subtitles I can't keep up with. So dubbed for me is fine, as long as it's. I think it was a lot less noticeable on the Korean stuff than it is on like Money Heist. Money Heist, I was just watching the characters more than I was and sort of listening to it rather than trying to read them. You know, if that makes any sense, what I've just said.
Yeah. So I've been like I said, I've been watching a lot of Attack on Titan recently, and a lot of Gundam and stuff like that. So I've got really into me anime at the moment.
Yeah.
It is funny though watching the Attack on Titan because you know it's Japanese, but because they've got American voice actors and they've not dubbed it, they've reread the whole series, and it's mad.
Shows you haven't noticed. Yeah, reading movies. Yeah, that's what I'm saying is that, you know, so there is certain ones that it's not massively out. You get an idea of what they're saying.
Well, I don't mind it, even if you do get the like the Bruce Lee type of thing, where his mouth is all different to what's being said. If it's been done properly,
yeah,
you don't mind it. But it's when you get dubbing and they haven't got an English word for what they're trying to say, and you get that little bit of a bam in there, and you're like, what the fuck was that? It's just But with the Attack on Titan stuff, though, they did refilm the whole lot. It was all
really.
Yeah, they got a whole American casting. They reread all the scripts and everything. The way they've done it has been brilliant. It's not just someone reading a script over the video and hoping it matches.
I'd said to you on that, Money Heist, they changed a couple of the actors about the second or third series. So all of a sudden, these people started completely different.
Oh, yeah, she's
Hey,
finally...
Jerry, here she is.
Finally joined us. We can stop bitching about her.
I wonder if she's still got an hangover from about a week ago.
The dubbing bit doesn't bother me. The whole subtitles bothers me. That just reading it just bothers me because, like I say,
it's not far off, to be fair.
Yeah. The only thing that gets me with it is that you could have like a big butch bodybuilder and they've picked a whiny little voice for a character, wasn't
it? Brilliant. Have you eaten, Cherry? Are you halfway through your tea as usual?
So what's your plans then for the rest of the evening, Steve? Because Bold Finds is doing his 24-hour stream, isn't he? He started at 7:30.
Oh, yeah, he did, yeah. Well, to be fair, I'd like to say I'm going to go and support him and watch it, but the chances are it's going to be The Apprentice. That's on at 9 o'clock.
Again, The Apprentice
starts tonight. But don't worry, Steve. Love Island starts next week, so you're going to be full of stuff to watch.
Love Island starts next week.
Yeah, there's a winter version.
Oh, I don't watch the winter version. I'm waiting for the old Fat Bastards version. Where everyone's over 35 with dad bods and don't look like Greek models and Greek gods.
Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome, Kathy. 9 o'clock, I think it starts. At the minute, there's what is it now at the minute? It's Dragon's Den in it. The new series of Dragon's Den started at 8 o'clock. I don't really watch that anymore, to be honest with you. In fact, you could quite clearly say I'm out.
Was that dubbed?
I'm out.
I'm out.
But yeah, it's we used to watch that all the time, and then it I don't know, I just stopped watching it. I had that, bless him, he had that guy that was doing the interviews. It looked like he was looking at the person and then looking at the elevator at the same time. Bless him.
It's all trendy wines and beers now, isn't it? And flashing dog collars.
Yeah, I mean, you had reggae sauce and stuff like that back then, didn't you?
Yeah, and biodegradable dog shit bags.
Yeah, exactly, Coro. Yeah. That's exactly it, Coro. There's not very much on over here that you haven't already seen 300 times. So we get all excited when there is something on that's new.
Like The Traitors. Give me another season of The Traitors straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could just film that back to back. The next lot of contestants go in.
Yeah. Did you see the thing on BBC with Claudia Winkleman interviewing them after? She's got like a 40-minute interview with the final five, and they're talking about how the final and everything went. And what was his name? The bloke that came as the Kieran.
Oh yeah, the guy that threw it off for everybody.
Yeah, and he was talking about it and stuff like that. And Will was quite funny with it as well, talking about him. And
Will
it's
would have won.
strange though.
Will, it cost Will money, honestly. He would have won that.
It's funny though, because the 3 people that got the money still don't believe that Will was a traitor. But they didn't know who the traitor was until it aired at the final. But the people that were getting thrown out the show didn't know who the traitors were until the show aired.
I mean, honestly though, do you think it was set up? Do you reckon that last bit was set up by the producers or what? Because it seemed a bit odd that he just chucked him under the bus completely straight away.
Well, he was
acting different. That Kieran guy was acting differently, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Here's a passing gift for you." Fucking literally, without going like that.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just putting that there just in case anyone hasn't seen this. It was sort of like, you're getting screwed over, guys. Don't get rid of me. You're getting screwed over. You're getting screwed over. And then when he left, he went, part and gift, Will. And it's like, why has he said that? But I don't know if it was scripted or not, but it's definitely worth a watch if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, I agree with this. And I've got a little bit here as well. I do agree with this at a certain degree. Every year it sort of annoys me when there's idiots still in the bloody process. Absolute morons. Although, to be fair, most of them do get sort of voted out eventually. But yeah, they do tend to keep people in. It's like it's literally just about to sack someone for doing the worst thing possible, and you're like, yes, they're gone. They've made an idiot of themselves, and you're like, but I'm going to give you one more try, and I'll fire him instead. It's like, what? And it's just sometimes you want double firings just to get rid of the bloody people. The traitors was interesting at first, but yes, that's David's right. It become obvious. That's his show. Well, this is what I'm saying is it's there's no way that guy, if he hadn't said anything, there was no way that Will guy wasn't winning it.
No,
you know what I mean? Because they all genuinely believed him by this point. All 3 that were left were like, no, he's definitely. If
he hadn't said part and gift,
yeah,
he would have won.
Yeah,
he would have took all that money.
But then on the first series, it probably looks a bit weird that your traitors actually won.
But Will was throwing his other traitors under the bus all the way through.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think
he sacrificed 2 traitors to get to the final, and he was doing it. He was doing it to Kieran as well.
Yeah, I know. It just didn't seem like his Big Brother still be. Yeah, I think it's still on, isn't it? Big Brother. It keeps changing channel, so it'll be
Channel 5 now, isn't it?
It's Channel 5 now, isn't it? Yeah, something like that. I think it died off for a while, didn't it? And then it came back. Basically,
it's still being shown, but I don't think anyone watches it.
No, I don't think so either. I remember years ago, there was like a friend of mine that would literally leave it on overnight. She was proper batty about
it. Just to
it.
watch him sleep.
Yeah, literally just leave it on overnight. It's a bit odd. But yeah, it was. I remember it was shown like all the time.
So I've got a question for the chat. This is obviously the first show of 2023. What type of content? What type of content would you like us to put out as a channel? Because, like I say, we've got the movie reviews that we do. We do the pickup videos and the haul videos. We've got our live streams. Is there anything else that you like to see? Because I like to get more special guests on and sort of broaden our horizons a little bit on the channel as well. So,
is Kerry new?
Yes, I am.
Welcome.
Welcome to the channel, Kerry.
We're just chatting about BBC and all sorts of stuff at the minute, to be fair, and Big Brother a second ago.
So, what would you like us to do? One thing I want to do on on the channel is that I like to get to the cinemas more often.
Yeah, I would, but it's very, very difficult with Little Man.
Yeah, and then I can stream live from the cinema.
I don't think you're allowed to do that, mate.
As long as they don't get caught. Just don't wear me hoodie. Spoiler videos. Spoiler videos. No, I don't spoil anything, Kathy. I try not to. Hence why I've put the banner up.
Yeah, we did say, Kerry, that probably nobody watches that thing anymore, to be fair.
Yeah. No,
But
it's
still a thing.
It's like the start of Chris and Bell's intro, isn't it? Well, yeah. So have a think about what it is that you'd like us to do and watch. And I'm gonna start getting regular special guests on as well, not just on the sporadic. So there is a couple of people there that I'd like to invite on. To answer the question, I need to you, but obviously enjoy the movie chats, but I like mixed videos.
Oh, welcome.
So, read the movies. We have got different playlists there. We've got the whole videos there, which pick up of the weeks and stuff that we've toys and figures and DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff like that we've picked up. As you can see behind me, and from backdrops there, from being on Gareth videos and AJ's, for example, I'm into my figures. Little Steve's more into his physical media and stuff like that. So we have got a good mix there. We've got the review videos. We've got some visits as well from places that I've been when we've been on holiday, like Warhammer World and the Time Machine.
Are you trying to keep them as subscribers or not?
the Time Machine visit where I meet Peter Eblin, for example, and Pete's now a long time watcher and a good friend of the channel and myself. So yeah, there is plenty of content out there for you to get your teeth stuck into.
We're just trying to evolve, really, aren't we? We're trying to, first time here on Movie Chats. It's good. Oh, thanks, Kerry. She's a huge advocate for media. She's a huge physical media advocate. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I think I'm exactly the same. Steve has a 1-in, 1-out policy with a lot of his stuff now. But for me, yeah, it gets worrying how much stuff I've got in this bloody room and in the loft. But I've been saying that. I've said many a times I would rather have it. I'd rather have it where I've got access to the physical media rather than some edited version that they put out because someone's offended by something.
Oh, there you go, Kathy. Quizzes, more quizzes. Did you like it when I was reading the quizzes the other week, Kathy, and he had the questions up on the screen? Because we did
a good quiz.
We did do the answer smash and stuff like that, didn't we? That was quite good fun. Yeah, that's something that we can look into for the year. We can get that done. Kerry sounds like she likes a good quiz as well.
Oh,
so yeah,
cool.
Yeah. So yeah, we can have a look at quizzes and questions and stuff like that, and yeah, we can build around it. Yeah, if you've got anyone that you'd like us to ask as a guest as well, then please do leave a comment after the show has gone live on YouTube. So leave a comment. We do like reading the comments. We will answer all your comments. We like your recommendations as well. So if you've got any recommendations for either the actors wheel or the movie wheel, the homework wheel, then please again leave the comments below. We will get them added at some point. Yeah. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have to bring the stream to a close because, like I say, if it gets to 9 o'clock on a work night for me, I turn into a pumpkin. So get Steven Spielberg as a guest. He's free a lot of these days. I have sent a few emails out to some publicists who look after actors and stuff like that. And screenwriters and stuff like that. So hopefully,
have you been dazzling them with our subscribers?
I have.
Good.
I have. I can write a good email, me. So hopefully we should start getting people like that. Because I know Gareth's done that in the past. He's had quite a few guests like that on. And like I say, I do like I do like our friends of the channel as well. You know, AJ and Gareth and Matt and people like that. Chris, who comes on a regular. And I also like to do, and I'd also like to do some like theme shows like horror and sci-fi and stuff like that.
You can't forget there's technically the third co-host, like the second co-host, Cherry.
She's not been on for a while though.
Oh no, she's got better things to do at the minute. But we'll get it. She has
got better things to do, like sleep. Come on the channel now. You might have noticed that they mentioned a meetup in March. Now, what this is that we all get together in a pub and whatever. We all talk films, meet each other face to face in person and whatever else, put names to faces, etc. Now, this is the 25th of March. It's happening in Chester. So we'll be meeting at the Square Bottle. I was on at Christmas. So we'll be meeting at the Square Bottle Wetherspoons at 12:30 in the afternoon. So if you are coming, it'll be great to see you. If you're thinking about it, then please do come and see us and come and meet us and come and introduce yourselves or whatever, even if it's just a quick drink or whatever else. And then, you know, it's just a great way of building a community and stuff like that, isn't it, around movie chats, which will be a great way of doing it. So on that note, please, once this video's gone live, give us a like or give us a like now. You know,
do it now. There ain't no duck race.
Yeah. And if you haven't already subscribed, then please do subscribe to the channel. We were at 394 subscribers at the start of the stream. We'd like to get to that 1,000 mark by the end of 2023. So we have got a long way to go, but I'm sure with your support, we'll get there. So thank you for watching the videos.
Thank you very much, guys.
Little Steve said on his Christmas videos, we do it just for your entertainment. We don't. I do it for the subs and the money. So forget that. So please subscribe to the channel. And again, thank you for all your support for 2022. Thank you for your continued support into 2023. It does mean a lot to both of us. And yeah, we'll see you real soon. So
thanks everyone.
Bye.